Okay, hello and welcome everybody. This is Dr. Destiny here, and I'll be covering the weapon review for the Suros Dis-43. In the gameplay, in the background, we are fighting a rumble match, and it's going to be on Cauldron. Bear in mind, the first few kills I get are with the Party Crasher +1, but it's because obviously we start off with specials. Bear that in mind. But overall, this is a close quarters and mid-rangey type of map. I quite like this map. I normally tend to do pretty well in it as well. Compared to some of the other maps which are similar in size. But we're going to be going over what is good about this gun, what perks you should try and roll for it, and obviously the rolls that I got from the arms day. This is where I bought it from on Wednesday. I personally thought it was the Suros Dis-47, which is the one I was actually looking for, but unfortunately I got it mixed up and it's D-43. But the Suros Dis-47, I've seen some very good rolls on them with full auto, which absolutely just wreck face in Crucible. But this one is still pretty good, but it's got a bit of a slower fire rate. But first of all, we'll go over what stats we've got with the one that I bought, and then obviously we'll go over the ones you should be looking for, stuff like that. So first of all, this starts off with the SLO 12, which is Serious Protection Sight, improves weapon handling. We have SPO 26, Serious Light Red Dot Sights, improves weapon handling, and the SRO 41, Serious Threat Evaluation, and highlights enemy guardians with charged supers and powerful minions of darkness. Now the first perk we've got with this is Perfect Balance. This weapon has extremely low recoil, which is pretty good. That's one you should be looking for anyways if you don't get that. You got Appended Magazine, which I haven't chosen because obviously I picked Perfect Balance, which increases magazine size and has a slower reload. Second perk we have is Unflinching. It's easier to aim under fire using this weapon. Not the best perk, to be perfectly honest. It's good to have, but there's obviously better ones you want to be looking out for. On the last tier we have Speed Reload, so reload this weapon quickly, and then the one that I've chosen, we've got Small Bore, increase range and stability, slower reload, reduce magazine size. So the rate of fire for this version that I've got is 37, so quite slow compared to the Dis-47. Impact 48, range 86, which is obviously ridiculously good. Stability 78, very good as well. And reload 38. And the magazine size is 17. So that overall is still pretty good. Like I said, I was looking for the Suros Dis-47, but this is still pretty solid. It has a slower fire rate, so you have to bear in mind in some engagements, especially nowadays, certain weapons will absolutely wreck you. You probably see it in the gameplay here. With the Graphs of Malak farming last week, there's a lot of people get with that weapon now. That wrecks, obviously, the faster fire rate ones like Hawks or engagements where someone's rushing you. It's harder to kill them. You can kill them, I say, 60 to 70% of the time, but obviously some engagements, because it's slow fire rate, you won't be able to kill him compared to using something like a Hawksaw, because obviously it's slower. But typically with a weapon like this, you're going to be using it from mid to long ranges anyways. But the perks that we're going to be looking for this weapon, we obviously got Perfect Balance with R1, but typical things you should probably try and look for. This weapon, Counterbalance, so this weapon has increased stability, even though it's quite high anyways. Rangefinder, again, the range is pretty good, but it's always good to have even more range in some cases. But the one I would personally go for would be Outlaw. Precision kills this weapon dramatically increase reload speed. Because obviously reload was 38, which is semi-reasonable, but it could be better. Other ones you will look for is Hidden Hands. This weapon gains better target acquisition, always going to help. Luck in the Chamber, I suppose you can get for this as well. I don't know if that's something which is incorrect. You can get Triple Tap, rapidly landing precision hits will return 1 round to the magazine. That's more of a PvE one. But the god roll that you want to get, mainly with the Dis-47, but this one as well, is full auto. This gun would be absolutely ridiculous with full auto. Unfortunately, that was the one I was actually looking for, because I've seen a few people with rolls like that. So, unfortunately, he wasn't selling it this week, but if you can get one full auto, that is the god tier pack that you want. For the other ones you can get, we've got Feather Mag, Oiled Frame, Appended Magazine, which you've got on R1, and then Casket Magazine. To be honest, the one Appended Magazine and Casket Magazine are probably the best one. So it increases magazine size, but it reduces either stability, which you've got a lot of anyways. Obviously, increased magazine size, which we've got Appended Magazine, which is slower reload. But you can counteract it with some of the other perks I just mentioned. We've got the other one, which we've got Perfect Balance. You can have Hammer Forge, which improves range and accuracy, which is very good. Fitted Stock, Standard, increases weapon stability. Them two, not so much, because you've already got them, which are higher. So Perfect Balance is actually the one you want to get, and we've got that. and the other one is high caliber rounds. Could work in some situations, but not the best. For the other tier, we can get Snapshot. Aiming this weapon is incredibly fast, speed reload, lightweight, and single point sling. Personal preference really with this one. Speed reload maybe for this type of weapon, just to increase it. But again, if you've got another perk which already does that, then obviously you do something like Snapshot or single point sling, so you can switch weapons faster. For the last one, we've got already small bore, but personally I would probably go with rifle barrel, so obviously you get the range even more. Reinforced barrel again increases range but reduces stability. Or do the other way around, hand laid stock, increase stability, reduce range. You get the idea. You've got a lot of leg room with this weapon with range and stability. You can kind of change them up if you wish to because they're quite high anyways. The things obviously you want to increase is impact, rate of fire and reload because they're the lower ones. Impact not so much because it's still pretty 50-50 anyways. But overall, not a bad weapon. I've quite enjoyed it. I'd give it about an 8.5 out of 10 with performance so far. It could be a little bit better with like the speed of it and stuff like that, but you know, these things can't always be helped. So overall, pretty standard scout rifle. Unfortunately, that was the worst Nova bomb I've ever thrown in my entire life. Hit the background. But yeah, overall, I quite like it. Some maps, obviously I wouldn't bother using it for video purposes. I was obviously using them in some close quarter maps. I used it on the Anomaly, got absolutely wrecked, self-explanatory. But as long as you get some sight lines, you can pretty much wreck on most maps with this, even the short range ones. So overall, pretty good. So if you see this being sold by the Gunsmith, go check it out. The 47 is a little bit better, like I said before, so bear that in mind. But overall, a pretty sturdy weapon. Obviously, if you're new to the channel and you've liked what you've seen, give the video a like. Also, subscribe to the channel, there'll be other weapon reviews coming up. I've got a few in mind. I'm going to try and do maybe one for Baron's Ambition, but I'm going to change it up with not doing as much Crucible gameplay, but with some PvE, because it's not the type of weapon you can wreck with in PvP. And doing heavy gameplay montages where I get like 2 or 3 kills will take a little while doing it. With this, you can just use a primary. It's a lot easier to do a weapon review with, so bear that in mind. But anyways, Guardians, I hope you enjoyed the video and the gameplay. Tell me what you think down below, if you've got this yourself and what roles you've got, and then I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.